Campaign prep. The task of preparing to run a custom campaign in just about any TTRPG can be daunting, and even more so when it's a long-term campaign. I personally have tried more methods of campaign prep than I care to remember, but what I can remember is the lessons that I learned, sometimes rather painfully, along the way, and I'm going to share my little trash can nuggets of wisdom with you. These nugs ain't free, by the way. A subscribe and a like go a long way round here, you know what I mean? What was I saying? Right. I'm going to talk about a few ways that people prefer to prepare and what I do and don't like about each method. And at the end, we'll go over what I believe is the best method for just about any game or group. Up first, we have the organizer. Organization is a great DM skill. There is nothing worse than having a dope idea go unused because you forgot about it until the drive home after the session. Having ideas, characters, plot hooks, towns, shops, all organized and ready to be found is insanely helpful, especially in mysteries or deep social games. Having source material ready and accessible is also a great way for supporting experienced tables that play so many different game systems that they forget the rules sometimes. But your players may start to recognize patterns in your organization, and you may inadvertently give away details simply by what color you label something. Being too organized isn't really a thing, but in long campaigns, you end up with a decent amount of material by the halfway mark, and rooting around for the exact note you saved 5 months ago can create stalls in the session. And stalls are boring. Too much organizing can also unintentionally navigate you away from trusting yourself to improvise, give the story what it works in the best moment, and course correct later if need be. Next up is the reactive. The pros are, saying yes and for a whole session is engaging and fun. Hands down, it's a super fun way to run a game. It leaves lots of room for rule of cool as well. If rules are secondary, your players are going to try some silly stuff, and it'll be really funny if it succeeds or fails. The cons are, well, one of the pros I said was yes anding is really fun, which it is. But that shit ain't sustainable. Eventually, lines in the sand need to be drawn in order for cause and effect to take place. Otherwise, your party is just doing stuff with no overall plot or goal and making no real change to the world. And let's be real, that blows chunks. Last is the novel writer. The upside is, dedicating the majority of your prep time to writing the lore of your world can create amazing overall stories, and it allows for you to create situations to be made specifically for PCs, which can pay off really nicely, and give a sense of rounded out completion to the campaign story. The downside is, if your structure is too rigid, the campaign can feel overly guided or railroaded, and then suddenly your players become audience members instead of contributors. And that's not really great for collaborative storytelling games. Okay, so what do I think is the best way to prepare for an extended campaign? I call it the organized, reactive novel writer. Damn, that title sucks. Anyway, it's how I prefer to plan when the group wants an extended campaign. I'll break it into its pieces. The organized part means that during the creation of the overall world lore, I write about oh shit, I haven't looked at the camera for a single part of this yet. I write about 3 to 5 pages and try to quickly cover important historical facts, playable species in the world, civilizations and their general politics, and any major crime syndicates or adventuring guilds. I like to use pre-made templates to more easily organize the different topics, and so I don't have to think any harder about it than I already am. Beyond that, I only have ideas for potential stories that could be told. I may jot down some of those possible ideas, but I don't add details or use up time working on them unless my players bite on them and want to explore them further. The reactive part is pretty simple. My goal as a GM is to help my players do something fun or exciting or epic or dramatic or whatever they want to do. And it's way easier for me to just say yes and figure it out later. Obviously, if someone's trying to do something too wacky, I'll rein it in and try and land somewhere close around what they're trying to do. But I'm not gonna let you break my game because you saw a TikTok of somebody doing 69 D12 damage and now all you want to do is Dr. Buckwagon's flaming orb of bullshit and ruin all of my encounters. But if you just want a fireball wand, yeah, sure, why not? The novel writer part is the fact that I really enjoy big moments through an extended campaign. Mini boss fights with sessions leading up to those fights, and then those fights leading up to the final fight with the ultimate antagonist that has hopefully successfully antagonized the party well enough to make them all want to attack on sight. Anyway, if your table is cool and not full of jerks, give the bad guys a good monologue with a little fresh lore mixed in. It's a lot of fun. But that's it. That's all I got today. Be good, be kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.